Hi guys, this is Polar. This tutorial video is the part 4 of the simple render for Bungalow house. First, we import your 3D amenities into your model and position them accordingly. In this case, the carport is a bit sloped, so we have to tilt the car. Draw a line. For your guide, click the model and the line, then rotate them along with the slope of the carport. Regarding these blinds, we just put it in here for a while. Instead, let's start with putting the texture to windows. Go to Vray Asset. Click on the left arrow, click on the material drop-down, then class category. Then drag the glass material to the material section and apply it to these objects. Now we're going to move the blinds. Position it near the window. I found the blinds directing on opposite orientation, so I'm going to use flip green. Duplicate the blinds by pressing Ctrl key while on Move tool. Rotate it, then move it again to your desired position. Now we're going to put a texture for the window frames. Go to Materials drop-down, then Metal category. Find aluminum anodized dark gray, and drag it to the Material section. Then apply it to these objects. For these blinds, let's duplicate this using the mirror tool. Now for the other windows, let's use the sample paint tool, then apply. So the next thing we're going to make is the wall tiles. So first is to make a molding termination on both ends. Second is to make an object provision for the wall tile textures. Now after that, upload your desired textures. Apply the texture to these objects and resize it. The next object we're going to apply for a texture is the roof. Now go to Asset Editor, go to Material dropdown, click Metal category, and look for the metal painted red. It's a bit off for our texture, so let's tweak the color into gray. Now let's apply texture for the door. I'll revise this door in a bit so I can tweak the textures in the right position. Now let's also apply texture for the carport and walkways. As you can see, these textures are not seamless. So what we're going to do is explode this object to where the carport is grouped in. Just cut the object, paste it in place where the carport is, then explode. Next object we're going to apply a texture is the ramp carport. Now we will just apply the same texture from the sidewalk. But this time, let's tweak the orientation of the textures so it will not be repetitive and seamless. The next thing we're going to apply is Vray to our grass textures. After applying Vray, go to Geometry section so you can edit. Let's make the count per area to 20, length to 2, taper to 1, and variance direction to 0.77, length to 0.35, and thickness to 0.28. Now after editing, just click the grass textures and it must be in a group. Now go to Geometry section, right click on the fur, then select Apply to Selection. After applying the textures, now is the time to configure the rendering output and quality. Go to Asset Editor, then click Settings. Turn off the progressive rendering, turn the quality into high preset, go to Global Illumination and make the primary rays to radiance map, the secondary rays as light cache, and we will leave the settings as is. Make the render output 1920 by 1080p 16:9 aspect ratio. After that, go to Light section, click the sunlight, change the size multiplier to 10, set the turbidity to 2, and ozone to 1. Change the albedo color to dirty white. Then intensity multiplier to 1.25. Now let's render. This is the simple render without HDRI. Next thing I will present is how you set your HDRI. So now, let's bring the dome light. Then upload your HDRI to the texture slot and turn off the sunlight. Let's turn on the interactive rendering and lower the resolution to 800 by 40 pixels. Then activate the interactive rendering. And now let's rotate the dome light. So the environment can also rotate. It is just to find your desired angle of the sun. Now, if the angle is okay, let's re-render again the scene. And there you have it. This is the simple render for Bungalow house. Please also watch part 1, 2, and 3 on how to make simple render for Bungalow house, because you can learn a lot from those videos. This is Paul R, presenting to you on how to render simple Bungalow house. Thank you!